Hello everybody, it is Ebontis and we're in a new weekly reset. I'm a little late getting this video out, just getting used to this kind of whole weekly reset thing, but I feel like these are going to be beneficial for you guys. So we've got the weekly trials and I've had some pretty good success, can tell you guys some pointers on these and let you know how things have gone. Also, Hidden Bunker is relatively new for some of you, I'm sure, and I kind of want to show you a few pieces of how that works and how it goes and where you can find some success. So let's jump in. Damage Wasps. This can be anything from just literally camping a map for a while and literally going to be like, I'm going to be when there's a night raid on, or spaceport when there's a 40-minute run on the Hidden Bunker, and I'm just going to shoot every wasp I can find. You can absolutely do that, and that is going to be a way to manage what you're doing. But there are a few things to take advantage of if you're going to do this to be better. One, available on all maps, 2 times points on major map conditions. What that means for all of these going forward, Electro Storm, Night Raid, Hidden Bunker if it's active, who knows what other stuff we're going to have in the future. So always the major alternative option, like Buried City's normal, Night Raid is the major activity. You can see the ×2 up in the corner. So that's really important to make sure you can get the most points possible. Step 1, do it when one of those is active. The Electromagnetic Storm, it's a bit spicy, it's up to you if you want to do it. Damaging Wasps. 2. I can tell you, if you really want to make this simple, there's a way to do that. Depends on what you have. If you kill a snitch and you go loot their body, you're going to get a snitch scanner. You can throw these and they're going to call an arc, typically as wasps. So if I equipped all 6 of these and just threw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there would be 12 wasps in front of me. Now that might be a lot for me to kill. So if you don't have a great way to kill them quickly, you can just throw 1, kill 2, throw 1, kill 2, throw 1, kill 2. And you can do that over and over until as many as you want. So if you really want to stock up a lot of points, just go on a few raids, find any snitches you can, kill them, loot them, take that stuff out of there, and then go on whatever run you can do and make sure it's a ×2 modifier and just start throwing these things, killing the 2 wasps. Make sure you have some cover to shoot them from because you might get a little bit of attention. And then once you're done with all of that, if you're comfortable, you might leave or you might go hunting for more. Now, how you kill them is up to you. Heavy ammo is probably going to be the way I would prefer to do it. Also, I'm kind of digging the Renegade lately with the medium ammo. But if you got Osprey, you can go find a high point on a map and snipe them from far away. I'm digging my Anvil as always. These things are way too fun to use. Anything that's going to pop their thrusters off 1 bullet at a time is a really efficient way to kill them. However you want to do it, it's up to you. Now, if you do have a fair amount of those snitch scanners, this is 12 grenades in 1. So if you throw all 6 pretty close together and they spawn, and then you throw the wolf pack out there, you're going to have 12 of them dead in, I don't know, 20 seconds? So that's a really, really, really fast way to do it, but also no, not everybody has wolf pack rounds. So the snitch scanner, if you're really going to go for the points on this one, I recommend go farm some snitches so you can have as much of these as possible. And if you just want to be patient with it, you can just throw them and kill. Throw and kill the 2. Throw and kill the 2. And just do that on a pretty consistent basis. You're going to get yourself a lot of points. If you got the wolf pack round and you want to cash in some points, probably one of the good ways to use it, actually, outside of going for some of the big stuff. But honestly, for the wolf pack round, you don't need to do it. It's just a faster way to kind of use your time. The other thing I would probably mention is when you go to kind of go for the trial, like go for your big run, make sure whatever map you're on, it's a full time. Like make sure you don't load in at 19 minutes instead of 29 minutes and 50 seconds. Make sure you get the full time window so you can get as much time out of it as possible. So do it on a night raid somewhere like the damn battlegrounds and you're going to have a pretty good time. I will do the Hidden Bunker last. So again, you guys can use the timestamps, jump to whatever section you want to. Next, we're going to do the Carriables. These are going to be your field crates, as you can kind of see in the picture. My advice is do the map we all know the best. Damn battlegrounds. There are multiple field depots. One of them is down here. Electrical substation water towers. There's a field depot in between. One of the water towers has a crate in it. Walk it over, drop it in. That's 1,000 points. Electrical substation. Typically, now not the last time I went on it, but typically there's going to be one in there. Walk it back to the field depot, which is right between them. Like literally where it says ELEC, like below the E and right above the S. That's like your field depot. That's 2. Your goal is to do 4 of these so you can get the most points, and make sure you do this again on a night raid. As you can see on mine, I have 3,000 points because one of the pairs of field crates that was like, there's usually 1 field depot and there's 2 field crates, and they're usually kind of in opposite directions. If you can turn in 4, you'll max your points out and be pretty good to go. That's my advice. Make it pretty simple. The other location I can probably tell you an easy one to find is over here just east of the control tower, this like lower area below the control tower. There's typically a crate in one of the buildings. The field depot's kind of where the word, like, lakes is, basically, or just above red, somewhere right in that region. And then the Red Lakes balcony lift, there's like a little green building that has another crate in it too. So the field crate up like west of it and the field crate east of it, bring them to the actual field depot. That should be your 4. Now, I know that I think there's a field depot over here east of the power generation, if I remember correctly, but that's not the one I used. And I feel like there's one back here somewhere in the swamp, but for the life of me, I just can't remember where it is right now. But if you know where 4 of them are, and that's what I would do, it's like go to the damn battlegrounds, scout some of these places, go to the map website, like I put it in a previous video, but there's maps where you can figure out where the field depots are and look for those, and just kind of plan yourself a route and just know that you've got to get 4 of them in one run, and that's going to max you out. So that's your carriables, nothing too crazy. Next is fireballs. Now, I will tell you when I get to the hidden bunker, if you can get in the bunker early, there's a bunch of fireballs in there, because I went in after people had cleared it out and there was like 10 of them on the ground. So if you can be one of the first ones in the hidden bunker, like if you just camp the door, which I'm sure some people will, but if you can get in that door first once it actually opens when people hit the antennas all around, which I'll talk about in a minute, there's a bunch of fireballs in there. But if that one doesn't really seem like an option for you, it's a bit too risky, my advice is do the buried city on a night raid. And what you want to do is figure out what station is active. Typically for me, it seems to be the northern station here has like 4 entrances. Wherever one of the entrances is, go down the stairs. There's typically a couple pops and a fireball, and then maybe on the other side there's a couple pops and a fireball, or one of something. Go down the stairs, kill whatever enemies are there, go up the other stairs, activate the metro station, bring it in, go through the train, and then clear out the other side of stairs. So make sure you get all 4 staircases, find everything there. The other thing about this area, the hospital has multiple floors. There's going to be turrets, there's going to be pops, there's going to be some fireballs in some of these places. Space travel, research, and even like in the market ruins, I saw one just roaming around over there. Roam around the map, and definitely in this upper area is where I've had a lot of success finding them. If you can get in Town Hall, there might be some in there, but I make no guarantee because I swear getting in there actually takes a key. And then if Plaza Rosa's like the exit, there's not as much down there. So if you can load in during a night raid to Buried City in this northern section, I think you've got a pretty good shot of finding some. If you do end up doing the hidden bunker, and you can somehow be like early in that door with like a anvil and just popping them one at a time, there's a bunch of them in there as well. So fireballs is just do it at a night raid. Buried City, I've had a lot of luck. Nothing too crazy there. Just try and find as many as you can in the interiors of buildings. I mean, same thing for me. If there's a night raid on Dam Battlegrounds, the inside of the control tower, or research and admin inside of the Western Treatment. I know there's stuff in like some of these, any of these under like inside building areas where you look down a long hallway and you see 2 or 3 of those little roly-polies coming at you. That's what you're going for. So any of these interior places, and you just at some point want to do the night raid so you get double points in one of these runs, you're probably going to collect quite a few kills. If you have a run where you have a lot of kills, just make sure you extract. Bastions, these are your machine gunners. Pretty straightforward, you've got to do damage to it. Now, I will tell you, when it comes to Rocketeers, I can eventually plink those from cover by even just like with an anvil or even a Pharaoh. I've taken down a Rocketeer. Bastions are different. Their machine gun is very lethal, and 2, they've got a good chunk of armor on them. So what my recommendation is, if you can get to a point where you can get 30,000, you can actually buy a hole cracker. That's going to do extreme damage to arc. And I know the ammo's not cheap, and none of this is cheap, but once you start stocking up money, if you can buy a hole cracker for 30,000, you can buy 1 a day. Buy some hole cracker ammo, you're going to be able to bust open a Bastion pretty quickly with like 1 set of hole cracker ammo, because it's a pretty big target, kind of hard to miss. But if you don't have the money yet, and you're kind of doing it on a budget, honestly, my recommendation is snap blast grenades. These things are really effective because you throw them, they stick, and then after a while they detonate. So you can actually probably throw 2 before they're really mad at you, and then bail. Things like blaze grenades or the fireball burners. By the way, if you go run around killing all the fireballs, pick up the burners, because then you can use them on these other things that you're going to be facing. These are great grenades, and you just get them from enemies as opposed to have to spinning materials to craft them. Throw a couple of the fireball burners at the thing's feet, and it will cook for a little while, and that'll give you a good chunk of damage, and then blow it up. If you can kill 2 Bastions in a night activity, you're probably going to be good, because I haven't even killed one yet, and I'm at 1,000 points. I was partially killing them, but I had a lot of help, So if you can solo kill one of them, and maybe solo kill 2 of them, you're definitely going to be good. But sometimes it's hard also on something like Buried City to find 2 Bastions. There's typically something roaming around the park, but half the time it's a Bombardier, sometimes it's a Bastion. So you're probably going to have to roam most of the map to find them, and then you run the risk of also, you know, getting taken out. So that one's going to be a hard one to get your points on. It's doable, but it's just one you got to really go in stocked up. And unfortunately, going in stocked up means you could lose it, which is probably part of it. But then just playing from cover, biggest thing I can tell you, because I've done this solo, and I think I'm probably going to do one of my next videos on being a solo player and how to kind of survive all this stuff. But to take these guys out, just throw some grenades from cover, whether it's the like remote grenades or those snap blast grenades. They work really well, and honestly, you can take them out pretty quickly. Throw a fire one on them as well to cook them, you can get a lot of damage. And it is damage, it is not kills, so make sure you are the one doing the damage. That's why I recommend solo on pretty much all of this stuff. Final thing is the hidden bunker. Now, the hidden bunker has multiple stages. One is going to be when you load into the map, you need to find the 4 antenna. Whichever one you're closest to, help out the whole group. That's TB. Everybody's actually been really nice so far, but help out the whole group and try and find the antenna. You need to, typically it's on top of a building, so it's a good time to bring in zip lines to get yourself up somewhere quickly, as opposed to try and find some crazy ladder somewhere. You can get on the building, then you activate it. When you go to activate that thing, you are going to get met with some force. Whether it's Hornets, Wasps, both, there's going to be some flyers that come in. They're smaller, they're manageable, but you got to be ready for it. So a decent weapon like an anvil, just so you've got multiple shots of heavy ammo. Pharaoh's going to be a bit of a struggle. Bring something that's got multiple shots that you can send out and pop some of those thrusters, because there will be multiple enemies coming at you over the course of like the satellite dish aligning itself. And while I'm talking, I'm going to put some footage on screen, so hopefully this kind of makes a little bit more sense. There's 4 of those antenna that need to be aligned, and then once it's aligned, then it needs like activated. Once all 4 are activated, the door opens. The door is guarded by multiple Bastion, which is why, again, damaging a Bastion is definitely something you might get a chance to do a lot of if you go camp the door. The door, if you would like to see the location, it is in this little area right here. So you've got the little, like, I think this is actually a field depot over here. I think it's got the blue tarps. The entrance to the bunker is just northwest of that. You'll see the entrance kind of blending in with a hill. Like, you would literally enter the kind of door that's inside the hill coming from the southwest going northeast. You would kind of enter it going that direction. And then when you're down in there, I said there's a bunch of fireballs, and then there's these terminals that you interact with. Thing is, there's going to probably be a lot of other people doing the same thing, so if you're patient, you can wait till they get done what they're doing and leave, and then try and pick up what you need. I went to 4 or 5 terminals to get the full 4,000 points. Takes a little while. Now, the bunker, the hidden bunker, is already a major map condition, so at least you're done there. Nice thing about the hidden bunker, it's a 40-minute run. If you want to have more time to hunt wasps, it is a good place to do it, because the hidden bunker counts for a major map condition, and then you'll have 40 minutes to go hunting. There's also going to be plenty of bastions once the bunker actually tends to get opened up, so if you want to go find some bastions, they're going to be by the bunker. As for the carriables, that I know less. Fireballs, there are a ton of them inside the bunker. So you can kind of put all of this stuff together, and then once you're down in the bunker, as I said, there's going to be terminals, there's multiple ones. If the light on the terminal is yellow, somebody's downloading the data, and you have to stand right next to it. If you move away, it goes red, then you have to wait for a huge cooldown. While it's downloading, stand next to it, don't move. Seriously, it's like, you don't want to move. Once it's done downloading, the little box fills up to fully green, which I'll put this footage in here so you guys can see it. You just retrieve the data. And I think I did that 4 or 5 times. Can't remember exactly how many, because it was a bit chaotic in there. And I got my 4,000 points in here. So that one is just patience. Now, there were people running around like crazy trying to activate all the terminals. You need to stand next to the terminal. I might do a separate video over the hidden bunker itself, but just in this one, I wanted to kind of explain it. So that's the gist. Damage wasps, find a long run to do it on. If you're looking for bastions, there's going to be some in the bunker if you see it. Hidden deliverables, my advice is damn battlegrounds. Destroy fireballs, I would either try and do this on a night run on Buried City, or if you're first one in the bunker, you better bring some firepower, because there's a lot of them in there, but you can actually get a lot of kills by doing it. That is your week. Well, I don't know what number of week this is, but this is the week of November 10th, and these are tips for your trials. Good luck getting to the highest position you can. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stay on top of the leaderboard, but I'm looking pretty good at the moment of recording this video, so I will take it. Have a good one, everybody. If you enjoyed this one, I'm going to put a little more footage in here for the, why can I not think of what this thing is called? The hidden bunker. I'm going to put a little more footage at the end of this so you guys can see the hidden bunker. A little bit of gameplay in here, so you guys can see what the full activation is like sitting around. And if you enjoyed, drop a like, subscribe, find me on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, anywhere you find the cheetah and Ebontis. Thank you for watching, and if you got more tips in here, throw those in the comments, or you can even just say hello in there too. Have a good one, everybody. I'll see you soon. Without a zip line, much harder to get on top of some of these buildings. This is where it's really going to help a lot. So we're going to establish connection, and this is all you got to do to activate it. So that'll be one. Connection will get activated. You're going to get some friends. And if you don't feel too comfortable, my recommendation, let other people activate it. That's totally fine. This thing will be looking around. But that will be the first one that gets activated. Seems like I've got friends coming. There we go. How are you? Go down. Stay down. Anyway, so that's what the antenna looks like. Pretty sizable satellite dish. You'll be able to find them on the map. Antenna, 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 antenna. Activate as many as you need to. You can see now it looks like we've got a full scan green on the screen, and we can send the unlock signal. And you'll see that actual pop up on screen. When that happens, that's one down, 3 more to go. Hopefully somebody else does the rest. I'm going to go see what else I can do, and then I'll show you guys where the bunker's at. Here is the bunker. So it is insanely noisy, but when the terminal is red, it's kind of on reset. When it's like this and there's no light, you're able to start a download. When you start a download, it's going to say stay close to continue the download. You're going to see the yellow light, and you're going to see this little green box slowly fill up. I really apologize about the Bastion. There's not much I can do about that. Once the box is full, just interact with the terminal. You'll be able to grab the data, and it'll count for you. I think somebody said you need like 5 of these things to be able to get your 4,000 points. So if you got time once this thing is open, I got 14 minutes. I'm going to kind of run around, pick up as much as I can. And I'm glad the Bastion is dead, so it'll be a little quieter now. So as you can see, this process does take a little while. If you kind of claim a terminal and everybody's being nice, just hang by a terminal and everybody hopefully will share some. Just watch your timer so your actual efforts here do count, and make sure you are able to extract. Other than that, that's kind of how the how it works. And just for another example, we are almost done. Bastion is not going crazy. When the green box fills up, just retrieve the data. Light's going to be green, and you'll be good. I think each one of those is going to be about 500 points for your efforts. And if you check another terminal and it's open, you can start another one. So it depends on if anybody's down here. It's up to you if you want to try and get all 5 done to get your 4,000 points. I'm going to see if I can knock all mine out and still make it out of here.